Hi everyone, I'm John Gravitt with BOMAG Americas, and today we're here to talk a little bit about winterization of your asphalt roller. As you can feel, the nights are getting a little bit cold, and it's time to start talking about how we're going to prep that machine to make sure it's going to work right the next morning. So come on with me and let's jump in, take a look at the machine and how we're going to do this. To start, we need to drain the tank and let all the water out. Now keep in mind, these heavy tandem rollers have two tanks. They're connected by an interconnection tube, but you need to make sure you pull the cap off of both tanks. So the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the hose on the bottom and remove the tank cap to let all that water out. So once we've removed that hose and the cap on this side of the machine, we'll go to the other side of the machine and make sure we remove the other cap on the secondary tank as well, just to make sure no water is caught in that cap that could freeze and cause damage to the tank or the cap. The next step that we're going to do is to drain the lines and the pumps of the machine. So we're going to reach in here and turn the drain valve just like that and let that water drain out. The next step is that we're going to want to pull some antifreeze fluid through the system, through both pumps, to make sure all the water is flushed out of our system and that we have proper protection from freezing. To do that, I've got two bottles. One is windshield washer fluid and the other is RV antifreeze. RV antifreeze is a little bit more expensive, but it's capable of lower temperatures, whereas your windshield washer fluid, this particular one, is down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So this should do plenty for the job that I'm looking to do. We're going to take that and use it with a W39 antifreeze intake kit. Basically, it's the fitting and the length of hose that I can connect to our intake hose at the bottom of the tank and plug right into one of these bottles of fluid to pull it into the system. Now that the water's drained and I've got my antifreeze intake kit set up, I'm ready to start the machine and start pulling antifreeze through the system. Next, I'll select a pump. And then I'm going to use either my blue button or the interval spray dial and turn that to max to start pulling that antifreeze solution through the system into the spray nozzles. Once I've done that, I'll switch over to pump 1 and repeat that same process. Now for longer term storage, we're going to want to also remove the caps and the nozzles from each spray bar on the system. That'll make sure that there's no fluid left in the system and it can all drain out to make sure it's properly protected. Additionally, you'll want to leave the caps off of the water tanks to make sure any residual water didn't fill up in those caps. So that's how you winterize your water system for overnight low temperatures. Now remember, if you're actually winterizing this for a longer term, for the rest of the season and the season's over, there are a few other checks you'll need to do and a few more preparations. For example, you'll need to check your fuel filter to make sure there's no water in it and drain any that's present. You would want to lubricate all of your steering cylinders, the rods particularly, to make sure that there's no corrosion that accumulates, and a light oil on articulation joints, moving parts. All of this can be found in your operator's manual. Consult that to make sure that you've done all the proper steps. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this content useful. If you have any questions, please stop by your local BOMAG dealer or check us out at bomag.com.